How's it going, everybody? Glad to have you guys here on the weekly AMA for the FITR token. Very, very excited to host you guys once again. And we've had a very eventful few days. It's obviously coming to Q4. So we've had a lot of work that myself and the team have been doing, trying to keep, pushing the boat and the mission forward, and working extremely hard with the developers. So in this AMA, this weekly AMA that we're going to host here, it's going to be a very brief one. And we thought we'd keep it brief and short and straight to the point, so we can get back to the work that we need to do and share the updates that we have, including where we are with the sale. So for those of you guys that are obviously new, hearing about it, etc., this will kind of give you an understanding as to where it is. So first and foremost, I'm going to address a few common questions that we have had in the actual community. The first one being an update on PayPal. So at the current stage, if you are hearing about this, we are still in the private sale stage. And during the private sale stage, we're keeping the cap open, as in the amount of people that can participate, and we are reaching the milestone of $50,000 as the milestone. Once we achieve this goal or target of $50,000, what we shall be doing is then announcing officially a close-in time so we can move on to the next stage. And that's going to be very, very exciting. We've had quite a bit of momentum. Today is the 21st. So honestly, 1 week within our team seems like a month because there's so much going on, but I'm just looking at the sales graph. And we've had quite a bit of momentum in the last, 12 to 13 days. With new people that have joined us. So we're just short, very, very short on $10,000, which brings us 1/5 closer. So as you know, what's happening is as people are seeing the vision, understanding, they're registering themselves, investing into the actual project, and it's getting that momentum into gear. So again, congratulations to everyone who's really reserved a seat at this early point in time. And for those of you guys that have messaged me privately asking about PayPal, PayPal has been a bit of a challenge, and I'll explain why. So as you know, PayPal does obviously participate in cryptocurrency, and they've had a few challenges where they've had an internal policy whereby they make it quite challenging sometimes for companies and organizations who suddenly have limitations placed on their accounts. We've had one of the limitations placed on one of our accounts, which is fine. They essentially postpone or reserve an amount for 90 to up to 180 days, whereby we won't essentially have access to it until, just to ensure that there's no issues in terms of transactions. However, we are opening a case to resolve this. So we're working extremely hard and closely to kind of try and rectify this. But as far as we are concerned, we want to always place the best interest in any decision that we do for the investors. And therefore, we've made a decision just to postpone utilizing PayPal until further notice, simply because the control of the investments that we have doesn't directly go to us, and to eliminate any future cases like this, we're going to just keep it solely on cryptocurrency. So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. For those of you guys that invested, you've already received your FITR tokens, which is absolutely fine. And it only makes sense, obviously, to us to participate in cryptocurrency since we are a crypto project, the FITR project. So that's a complete update of PayPal. So do spread the information and news of your friends that you're sharing the information with. Do update them. It's a good thing. It just means that we've just had a burst of sudden consecutive transactions, and PayPal's basically turned around and said, hey, what's going on? So we will resolve this with PayPal one way or another. We have opened a case and working with the executive team from PayPal, which I have been dealing with directly myself. We also discussed last time in regards to how do you keep track of the stage. Just to clarify, log into your dashboard and you'll be able to see the amount that has been raised per stage, and it's quite visible as well. Just another thing that we will be introducing to fast track the momentum and growth that we currently have, we will be increasing the rewards and referrals of 20%. Yes, that is correct, which means if somebody comes and decides to join the FITR project, so you've participated, you love the project, you understand that in the next few months, as we launch and kick off this project and put all of the jigsaw together, any person and friend, and by the way, this can be done time and time again. There's no limitation as to how many referrals that you can have. We haven't placed any limitations. We will be offering a 20% reward, both for the person who recommends a friend or family to invest into our project, and they will be able to see this into their dashboard. How do you do that? Once you log into your dashboard, you have the ability to go to the referral page where you'll be given a unique URL. That unique URL, you'll be able to share it on social media like Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, you name it. Any person that clicks on it, checks out the project, loves it, and then hops on board, you get a 20% value of whatever they purchase. For example, if my math does serve me correctly, if somebody buys the equivalent of 70,000 FITR tokens, 10% would be 7,000, right? So 20% will be 14,000. So you would receive 14,000 extra FITR tokens, which will be wired over to you, and it will obviously be sent to your wallet that is registered onto your account just by telling a friend or person on Reddit. And why is this important? Because the key essence of our project is based on the essence of growthonomics. We wanted to introduce this now to showcase that this is a project that is not one-dimensional. It's about a collective effort. It's about a collective community, transforming the way in how people think about health, fitness, well-being, and their lifestyle. And that's the essence of us doing so. The goal and intent of us doing this is to help for those people that are interested, because as you know, when you do join or participate in a project, you're excited. You want to share it to your friends and family. And what better way than to get an extra double bonus? So that's something that we wanted to introduce, which we're happy to announce on this AMA. The changes will be made by the 24th of November. If you do make any referrals before then, from now till then, all you have to do is just notify us, message us. It's visible on your account. We'll probably see it anyway, but we'll award those 20% starting from today, this AMA onwards, which is fantastic news. In terms of the development, we are of the project as a whole, we are now starting to gear and start propelling the wheels in our development as we are with the team already. We're looking at how to ensure we can manage the traffic that we are expecting to receive in the next 60 to 75 days. We're seeing a lot of more traffic. We're getting people register and use it every single day onto this platform, which is incredible. And it's quite smooth, and it just shows us that every decision that we've made up until now in terms of selecting to move over to this versus Google Forms has put us and potential investors in such a good spot, because it's really showing that transparency that we adhere to, aspire to all the time. So it's definitely working, and it's also a question of the community. Many people are coming in, and what we love seeing, by the way, is the community participating, answering questions, themselves asking questions about the project. These are very important aspects that really help newcomers and people just who are not so active yet, but are still participating by viewing in the Telegram group. in answering a question, that goes a very long way. So kudos to all the FITR army, who are participating in that aspect. We love seeing that, which is great. And obviously, sharing the new suggestions and feedbacks is very important to us as well. And that's kind of the reason why people invest into the FITR project. Okay. We have something that we announced on Twitter, in Telegram a few days ago. And this is kind of like quite a big deal. So when we develop our project and, further scale it and grow it, we want to be, as you know, as part of our vision, to be in 5 continents over 5 years. But in certain continents, they speak numerous languages. And we wanted to have the ability and capacity to reach people. And of course, English is, the language of business, like they say. But essentially, we've decided to make a decision to have a total of 7 languages for this project. This will basically allow us to deploy, and honestly, a great user experience for the world. And I think that's important. I think when we started the project, of course, English will, of course, be there, but making people feel comfortable, right? We understand that in certain parts of Asia, certain parts where English is not the native language, it sometimes can deter people from having things more comfortable when it comes to booking, enjoying the experience onto the platform, communicating within the community. Of course, for those that can speak English, that's absolutely great. And for those that speak English, but they're more comfortable in a different language, we will be having a total of 7 languages, which will be both on the app and the website jointly. So if you come in from Vietnam, if you come in from Malaysia, if you come in from France, you'll have French. You will also are looking at Chinese. We understand the capacity and how big the Chinese community is as a whole. We're very excited to be setting up the stages within our vision map and placing timelines, which will be releasing each quarter a couple of languages, which is fantastic. Arabic will obviously be one of them, so we can capture the Middle East audience and create a seamless experience across the board. So this is very exciting. If we left the project as it is, we would have had accessibility to around 400 million people globally, which is the estimated number of how much or how many people speak English fluently. However, with this plan integrated into our roadmap, it positions us to have access to 4.5 billion people globally. And obviously with great numbers comes great momentum for people in the project. So in terms of those of you guys that are watching this may have a question as to what these languages are, I can tell you firsthand that English is one that we have native, obviously. We have Arabic, and we will be having Chinese. It's likely to be Mandarin. We will have more confirmation, and we have a few other languages which we'll announce very, very soon. So we're just working at the moment with the developers to look at, and Spanish, of course, and we'll be having a timeline for these in detail. The biggest and most important thing for us is every time somebody comes to book, we want them to know that they are booking in a place of comfort. And that's going to deter, if we didn't do this, it would deter a lot of people joining our project. And we understand this, so we're keeping a very open mind from this aspect as a whole. So that's been kind of the news that we've been really discussing and looking at, and how that can play into our ecosystem. As you know, once you integrate a language, it's like us redeveloping the whole project again, but obviously this time just in a different language. So it's complicated, but luckily and thankfully we have a very competent team, and people who have good heads between their shoulders and are doing this. And I think by the end of us transitioning this, we could see this go up to maybe up to 12 languages, 10 to 12 languages, which, if you look at the grand scheme of projects that will develop or kind of develop over the years, we'd already have a very strong foothold in the health, fitness, and well-being space in cryptocurrency. And as you know, many exchanges and DeFi apps tend to do this. Not everyone, and that's an important point to emphasize. Not everyone does this, but yet people do. So that's kind of the overview of what we wanted to share with you guys on this AMA. We do have a few things coming out in the next few days, which we'll announce on the Telegram as well. We're just going to kind of now start releasing the things that we've mentioned. We've had a growth in team, so we've been training, growing, and planning our marketing. As you know as well, once we get to the 10K mark, we will start, investing, further into our project, and also announce some cool ways in how we will be marketing. We've taken your feedback back and we've already started. So you're going to start seeing a growth within the community. You can see also on our Twitter, we've been getting a lot of momentum. These are people because they thoroughly enjoy the content. It really, really resonates the message that we are sharing to the world as to what we are doing. And with, the least amount of effort, we've got the most amount of audience and reach. And that's what we're very stunned and kind of excited about. What can the FITR project do? What can the FITR community do, with a 5x or 10x of what we are doing? A lot of people that you see coming into this project do hear about it through Reddit. So our Reddit has been marketing well. A lot of people coming in and asking questions. It's great. We're definitely on the right track, and we're very, very excited. We are tired working hard, always excited. And we're going to continue to announce any people that do join our project on the AMA. So let me just quickly have a quick show out of the most recent person to have made a transaction. Okay, so the most recent one. Okay. We'll have JK, goes by the name of JK. Congratulations, welcome to the FITR community. Excited to have you. Great talking to you on the private messages as well. You are definitely a great person, and I'm very, very excited and humbled to have you as part of our community. We have a person that goes with RJ. I'm not going to say anything else, but RJ, welcome to the FITR community. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for participating, going out of your way, messaging us, and joining us. And I hope you had a very seamless means of receiving your FITR token. I'm sure you were happy with it as well. Congratulations on your bonus as well. You unlocked a tremendous amount of bonus as well. Fantastic. I'm happy for you. And I look forward to making future announcements in these coming days. And I'm telling you, these are exciting times. We're just announcing like a couple of people. We're going to get to a stage where we're going to have tens and maybe 20 people a day joining these sales. And it's going to be off the charts, honestly. So very, very, very excited for this. Hope you guys who are watching this, history in the making. So I'll leave you guys for it. We need to get back to work, continue grafting. So we can come up with you guys with some fresh, even newer things and value that we're going to add to this project. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Any questions, feel free to drop them, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care and all the best. Bye-bye.